What you are about to hear could rewrite the economic future of the entire Caribbean. In a fiery, off-script rally speech that left both supporters and critics stunned, former President Donald Trump has just done the unthinkable. He publicly spilled what experts are now calling Trinidad and Tobago's most closely guarded oil and gas secrets. The event, which was supposed to be a routine campaign stop, quickly turned into an international incident as Trump, known for his unpredictable style and penchant for headline-grabbing statements, veered sharply off his prepared remarks. The crowd, initially roaring with approval, fell into a hushed silence as the gravity of his words began to sink in. Political analysts and energy sector insiders alike were left scrambling to process the implications of what had just been revealed on live television, broadcast to millions around the world. The shockwaves from Trump's disclosure rippled far beyond the rally venue, reaching government offices, corporate boardrooms, and diplomatic circles across continents. Within minutes, social media platforms exploded with speculation and disbelief as clips of the speech circulated at lightning speed, igniting heated debates about the potential consequences for global energy markets and international relations. Trump didn't just mention Trinidad and Tobago in passing, he went much further, naming specific undeveloped offshore oil and gas fields that until now had been the subject of intense speculation and secrecy within the global energy community. These fields, located in the deep waters off Trinidad's coast, represent some of the most valuable untapped reserves in the Caribbean. For years, their exact locations and potential yields have been closely guarded by both the Trinidadian government and the handful of multinational corporations with stakes in the region. By referencing these fields directly, Trump not only confirmed their existence but also exposed details that had never before been made public, sending shockwaves through the international oil market. The magnitude of this revelation cannot be overstated. Energy analysts have long debated the true scale of Trinidad's offshore resources, but never before had such concrete information been shared so openly. The secrecy surrounding these fields was not just about protecting national interests. It was also a matter of economic security, as the value of these reserves could influence everything from stock prices to diplomatic leverage. Now, with the details out in the open, competitors and potential investors are scrambling to reassess their strategies, while governments in the region worry about the broader geopolitical implications. But the revelations didn't stop there. In a move that left even seasoned political observers speechless, Trump quoted confidential projected revenue figures, numbers so sensitive that, until now, they were known only to a select group of top government officials and senior energy executives. These figures, which outline the potential billions of dollars in profits expected from the exploitation of these offshore fields, are the kind of information that can sway markets, influence international negotiations, and even shift the balance of power in the region. The fact that such data was shared so casually in front of cameras and a live audience has raised serious questions about the security of sensitive economic information and the potential fallout for both Trinidad and Tobago and its international partners. Financial experts warn that the sudden exposure of these projections could trigger volatility in the energy sector as investors react to the new information and reassess the risks and opportunities in the Caribbean market. Meanwhile, rival nations and corporations may now seek to capitalize on the knowledge, potentially undermining Trinidad and Tobago's bargaining position in future deals. The breach of confidentiality has also sparked concerns about the integrity of international business practices, with some questioning whether other sensitive negotiations could be similarly compromised in the future. Perhaps most startling of all, Trump went on to reveal the terms of a major, secretive negotiation between the government of Trinidad and Tobago and a powerful United States energy giant. According to Trump, the deal, which had been the subject of months of behind-the-scenes talks, includes unprecedented concessions on both sides, with Trinidad agreeing to favorable tax rates and regulatory conditions in exchange for massive upfront investments and technology transfers. The disclosure of these terms, which had been kept under wraps to protect both national interests and corporate strategies, has now thrown the entire negotiation process into turmoil. Trinidadian officials are reportedly scrambling to contain the diplomatic fallout, while executives from the U.S. energy company are said to be reviewing their legal options and considering whether to proceed with the deal at all. The international community is watching closely as the ramifications of this unthinkable disclosure continue to unfold, threatening to reshape the future of energy development in the Caribbean and beyond. In the wake of Trump's bombshell, Emergency meetings have been called in both Port of Spain and Washington, with diplomats and legal teams working around the clock to assess the damage and chart a path forward. The stakes could not be higher. Not only is the future of a multi-billion-dollar energy partnership at risk, but the very trust that underpins international negotiations has been shaken. As the world waits for the next move, one thing is clear. This unprecedented breach has set off a chain reaction that will be felt for years to come, both in Trinidad and Tobago and across the global energy landscape. The details he disclosed, including royalty rates and planned infrastructure, are the kind of information protected by non-disclosure agreements at the highest corporate and diplomatic levels. So, what just happened? In the last few minutes we witnessed a moment that will likely be dissected by political analysts, government officials, and the public for weeks, if not months, to come. The world watched as a single statement, delivered with precision and intent, sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles and financial markets alike. This was not just another headline or a fleeting soundbite. It was a calculated move that has already begun to reshape the conversation around international relations, energy policy, and the balance of power in the Western Hemisphere. The magnitude of this event cannot be overstated. In an era where information travels at the speed of light and public opinion can shift in an instant, the ability of a single leader to command the world's attention and alter the trajectory of global affairs is both remarkable and deeply consequential. The reverberations of this moment are already being felt in capitals around the globe as leaders scramble to interpret the implications and formulate their responses. This was not a slip of the tongue. There was no hesitation, no ambiguity, and certainly no room for misinterpretation. The words were chosen carefully, the timing was deliberate, and the delivery was unmistakably forceful. In the world of high-stakes politics, such moments are rarely accidental. Instead, they are the result of meticulous planning, strategic calculation, and a keen understanding of the ripple effects that a single statement can have on both allies and adversaries. The immediate reactions, gasps from the crowd, hurried whispers among politicians, and the sudden urgency in newsrooms were a testament to the gravity of what had just unfolded. In the hours that followed, social media platforms exploded with commentary, hashtags trended worldwide, and think tanks convened emergency panels to analyze the potential fallout. The sense of urgency was palpable, as if everyone understood that the ground beneath their feet had just shifted in a fundamental way. Analysts see this as a calculated, brutal power move with three shocking goals, each more audacious than the last. In the hours since the announcement, experts from across the political spectrum have weighed in, offering their interpretations and predictions. Some see it as a masterstroke of negotiation, while others warn of the potential for long-term instability. What is clear, however, is that this was not an isolated incident. It fits into a broader pattern of assertive, sometimes confrontational tactics designed to advance specific interests on the global stage. The financial markets responded almost instantly, with energy stocks fluctuating and investors scrambling to assess the potential fallout. Behind the scenes, diplomatic channels lit up as governments sought clarification and reassurance. The sheer speed at which these events unfolded is a testament to the interconnectedness of today's world, where a single statement can trigger a cascade of reactions across continents and industries. For many, this moment will be remembered as a turning point, a signal that the rules of engagement have changed and that the stakes are higher than ever before. First, to expose and destabilize the current Trinidadian government by suggesting corruption in the deal-making process. This is a classic maneuver in the playbook of international power politics. By casting doubt on the legitimacy of a foreign government, the speaker not only undermines its authority at home, but also weakens its position in negotiations abroad. The implications for Trinidad and Tobago are profound. Already, opposition parties are seizing on the allegations, calling for investigations and demanding accountability. Protests have erupted outside government buildings, with citizens expressing both outrage and confusion. The government, for its part, has issued a series of statements denying any wrongdoing, but the damage may already be done. International observers are now scrutinizing every aspect of the deal, and the specter of corruption hangs over the administration like a dark cloud. The political climate in Trinidad and Tobago has become charged, with media outlets running non-stop coverage and citizens debating the future of their leadership. The uncertainty has spilled over into the business community as well, with investors growing wary and local companies bracing for potential fallout. In a matter of hours, the stability of an entire government has been called into question, and the path forward is anything but clear. Second, to apply public pressure to renegotiate the terms overwhelmingly in favor of the named United States company. This is not just about securing a better deal, it is about sending a message to both domestic and international audiences that American interests will be prioritized, no matter the cost. The company at the center of this controversy now finds itself in a position of unprecedented leverage. Negotiators from Trinidad and Tobago are under immense pressure to return to the table, knowing that any resistance could be portrayed as further evidence of corruption or incompetence. Meanwhile, other companies and countries are watching closely, taking note of the tactics being employed and considering how they might be affected in future dealings with the United States. The balance of power in the global energy market is shifting, and this move is a clear signal that the rules of the game have changed. For American businesses, this is a moment of opportunity, a chance to assert dominance and secure favorable terms in a fiercely competitive industry. For foreign partners, however, it is a stark reminder of the risks involved in negotiating with a superpower that is willing to use every tool at its disposal to achieve its objectives. The message is unmistakable. In the pursuit of national interests, there are few limits to what can be justified. And third, to send a chilling message to all nations with United States energy interests, no one is immune from scrutiny, and no deal is beyond the reach of American influence. This is a warning shot across the bow of every government and corporation that does business with the United States in the energy sector. The message is clear: transparency is not optional, and any attempt to conceal or manipulate the terms of an agreement will be met with swift and public consequences. For some, this will be a cause for concern. For others, it will be a call to align more closely with American interests in order to avoid similar treatment. The ripple effects of this announcement will be felt far beyond the shores of Trinidad and Tobago, as countries around the world reassess their own relationships with the United States and the companies that drive its energy policy. In boardrooms and government offices from Europe to Asia, leaders are now reevaluating their strategies, weighing the benefits of cooperation against the risks of confrontation. The global energy landscape, already fraught with competition and uncertainty, has just become even more unpredictable. This moment will likely serve as a case study for years to come, illustrating the power of rhetoric and the far-reaching consequences of a single, well-timed intervention. There are no more secrets, and alignment with American power is non-negotiable. In this new era of transparency and assertiveness, the United States has made it clear that it will not hesitate to use its considerable influence to shape the global energy landscape. For some, this will be seen as a necessary step to protect national interests and ensure fair competition. For others, it will be viewed as an overreach that threatens the sovereignty of smaller nations and undermines the principles of international cooperation. Regardless of where one stands, there is no denying the impact of what has just transpired. The world is watching, and the next moves by governments, companies, and individuals will determine the future of energy, diplomacy, and power in the years to come. As the dust settles, one thing is certain: the precedent has been set, and the boundaries of influence have been redrawn. The coming days will reveal who is willing to adapt, who will resist, and who will be left behind in this rapidly evolving geopolitical landscape. The story is far from over, and its outcome will shape the course of history for generations. The immediate fallout is chaos. Trinidad's stock market has halted trading of energy shares, the government has called an emergency session, and the named corporation has issued a terse no comment. The trust required for international energy investment has been shattered in a single speech. What you've just witnessed is nothing short of a geopolitical bombshell, an event with the power to send shockwaves through the corridors of power, the markets, and the very fabric of our daily lives. This isn't just another headline or fleeting news story. It's a pivotal moment that will echo for years to come, shaping the destinies of nations and the futures of ordinary people everywhere. The stakes are enormous, and the consequences are real, immediate, and far-reaching. In a world where information moves at lightning speed, and decisions made in one corner of the globe can ripple out to affect millions, it's more important than ever to pay attention to moments like this. These are the turning points that define eras, the kind of events that historians will look back on as the catalyst for change, both good and bad. Every citizen, whether in the bustling cities of the United States, the vibrant communities of Trinidad and Tobago, or anywhere else in the world, will feel the ripple effects of these developments. It's not just about governments or corporations, it's about you, your family, your neighbors, and your future. The decisions made in distant boardrooms and government offices will impact the price of your groceries, the security of your job, and the stability of your community. Even if you feel far removed from the epicenter of these events, the reality is that global shifts have a way of finding their way into our homes, our wallets, and our daily routines. The world is more interconnected than ever before, and what happens on the international stage can quickly become personal, affecting everything from the cost of fuel to the opportunities available for the next generation. That's why it's absolutely crucial that you don't keep this information to yourself. The world needs to know what's happening, and it starts with you. Take a moment right now to share this video in every group you're part of, on WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram, or wherever you connect with others. Your action could be the spark that ignites a much-needed conversation, one that leads to awareness, accountability, and change. In a time when misinformation and confusion can spread just as quickly as the truth, your decision to share credible, well-researched information is more important than ever. You have the power to help others see the bigger picture, to encourage critical thinking, and to inspire those around you to ask the right questions. Don't stop there. Reach out to every friend, every family member, every colleague. Share this report with those you care about, and encourage them to do the same. The more people who understand the gravity of the situation, the stronger our collective voice becomes. In times like these, knowledge isn't just power. It's protection. It's the first step toward making informed decisions and demanding better from those in charge. When we come together as a community, united by facts and a shared desire for a better future, we become a force that cannot be ignored. Remember, real change starts at the grassroots level, with ordinary people taking extraordinary steps to inform and empower one another. We are all connected in this global web, and the actions of one nation can set off a chain reaction that affects us all. It's vital that everyone, from students to policymakers, grasps how their nation's future is being shaped on the world stage. The decisions being made today will determine the opportunities and challenges of tomorrow. This is not the time to look away or remain silent. Instead, it's a moment to engage, to ask questions, and to demand transparency and accountability from those who hold power. The more we understand about the forces shaping our world, the better equipped we are to respond, adapt, and thrive in the face of uncertainty. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and get the unfiltered truth about the power plays, alliances, and rivalries that are reshaping economies and societies, you need to stay connected with us. We dig deeper, ask the tough questions, and bring you the stories that others won't. Our mission is to empower you with knowledge so you can navigate these turbulent times with confidence and clarity. In a world overflowing with noise and distraction, we're committed to cutting through the clutter and delivering the insights that matter most. By staying informed, you're not just a passive observer. You're an active participant in the unfolding story of our time. So don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button right now, and ring the notification bell so you're always the first to know when we release a new report. By subscribing, you're joining a community of informed citizens who refuse to be left in the dark. You're taking control of your understanding of the world, and that's a powerful thing. Every subscriber strengthens our ability to keep bringing you the stories that matter, and together we can build a network of people who are committed to truth, transparency, and positive change. Your engagement helps us reach more viewers, ask tougher questions, and hold those in power to account. Finally, don't let this explosive report stop with you. Share it everywhere, on your social feeds, in your group chats, at your workplace, and in your community. The more people who see it, the greater the impact we can make together. Remember, change starts with awareness, and awareness starts with you. Thank you for watching, for sharing, and for being part of this vital conversation. Stay informed, stay engaged, and together, let's shape a better future. The world is watching, and your voice matters. Let's make sure it's heard.